never do. Reminiscing about the reasons I really did love you. Love had me holding my feelings in, I hated it. Suppressed every emotion, didn't wanna relate with it. Love had me going crazy, couldn't control it. It's got a hold of my thoughts, I gotta unfold it. Draw it up on the wall and take a big step back. Now you can see the whole picture, how you love that. Love is blind, but only when you ain't trying. Sitting right under your eye like a tear when you crying. Love is like a crime, it'll kill you if you let it. Love is in every letter, every word if you read it. Love made me do it, love made me do it. Love made me do it, love made me do it, do it. Love made me do it, love made me do it. Love made me do it, love made me do it, do it. If you love me, gotta show me, don't tell me. If you don't love me no more, then you gotta tell me. If you love me, gotta show me, don't tell me. If you don't love me no more, then you gotta tell me. It make you do this, it make you do that. Love make you do this, love will make you do that. It make you do this, it make you do that. Love will make you run away, but love will make you come back. Love made me do it, love made me do it. Love made me do it, love made me do it, do it. Love made me do it, love made me do it. Love made me do it, love made me do it, do it. I've been in love with you, but can't nobody tell me nothing. You want the purple passion, baby, push the red button. Kick it in overdrive, only if you stay the night. You only want me over if I come and rub your shoulders right. Among other things, this ain't even by the ring. This is how you put it on me, bada boom, bada bang. If you say my name, I promise to do a lot of things. Give it to me raw, you know that I like exotic things. Girl, I like it when you drop it low, put it in reverse and bring that thing back to Poppy, yo. And it's about to get messy like a sloppy Joe. TMI, and I ain't even get a copy though. Love made me do it, love made me do it. Love made me do it, love made me do it, do it. Love made me do it, love made me do it. Love made me do it, love made me do it, do it. If you love me, gotta show me, don't tell me. If you don't love me no more, then you gotta tell me. If you love me, gotta show me, don't tell me. If you don't love me no more, then you gotta tell me. It make you do this, it make you do that. Love make you do this, love will make you do that. It make you do this, it make you do that. Love will make you run away, but love will make you come back. Love made me do it, love made me do it. Love made me do it, love made me do it, do it. Love made me do it, love made me do it. Love made me do it, love made me do it, do it. All I really think about is love. 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 All I really think about is love. Love had me thinking about things that I never do. Reminiscing about the reasons I really did love you. Love had me holding my feelings in, I hated it. Suppressed every emotion, didn't wanna relate with it. Love had me going crazy, couldn't control it. It's got a hold of my thoughts, I gotta unfold it. Draw it up on the wall and take a big step back. Now you can see the whole picture, how you love that. Love is blind, but only when you ain't trying. Sitting right under your eye like a tear when you crying. Love is like a crime, it'll kill you if you let it. Love is in every letter, every word if you read it. Love made me do it, love made me do it. Love made me do it, love made me do it, do it. Love made me do it, love made me do it. Love made me do it, love made me do it, do it. If you love me, gotta show me, don't tell me. If you don't love me no more, then you gotta tell me. If you love me, gotta show me, don't tell me. If you don't love me no more, then you gotta tell me. It make you do this, it make you do that. Love make you do this, love will make you do that. It make you do this, it make you do that. Love will make you run away, but love will make you come back. Love made me do it, love made me do it. Love made me do it, love made me do it, do it. Love made me do it, love made me do it. Love made me do it, love made me do it, do it. I've been in love with you, but can't nobody tell me nothing. You want the purple passion, baby, push the red button. Kick it in overdrive, only if you stay the night. You only want me over if I come and rub your shoulders right. Among other things, this ain't even by the ring. This is how you put it on me, bada boom, bada bang. If you say my name, I promise to do a lot of things. Give it to me raw, you know that I like exotic things. Girl, I like it when you drop it low, put it in reverse and bring that thing back to Poppy, yo. And it's about to get messy like a sloppy Joe. TMI, and I ain't even get a copy though. Love made me do it, love made me do it. Love made me do it, love do, reminiscing about the reasons I really did love you. Love had me holding my feelings in, I hated it, suppressed every emotion, didn't wanna relate with it. Love had me going crazy, couldn't control it. It's got a hold of my thoughts, I gotta unfold it. Draw it up on the wall and take a big step back. Now you can see the whole picture, how you love that. Love is blind, but only when you ain't trying. Sitting right under your eye like a tear when you crying. Love is like a crime, it'll kill you if you let it. Love is in every letter, every word if you read it. Love made me do it, love made me do it. Love made me do it, love made me do it, do it. Love made me do it, love made me do it. Love made me do it, love made me do it, do it. If you love me, gotta show me, don't tell me. If you don't love me no more, then you gotta tell me. If you love me, gotta show me, don't tell me. If you don't love me no more, then you gotta tell me. It make you do this, it make you do that. Love make you do this, love will make you do that. It make you do this, it make you do that. Love will make you run away, but love will make you come back. Love made me do it, love made me do it. Love made me do it, love made me do it, do it. Love made me do it, love made me do it. Love made me do it, love made me do it, do it. I've been in love with you, but can't nobody tell me nothing. You want the purple passion, baby, push the red button. Kick it in overdrive, only if you stay the night. You only want me over if I come and rub your shoulders right. Among other things, this ain't even bada ring. This is how you put it on me, bada boom, bada bang. If you say my name, I promise to do a lot of things. Give it to me raw, you know that I like exotic things. Girl, I like it when you drop it low, put it in reverse and bring that thing back to Poppy, yo. And it's about to get messy like a sloppy Joe. TMI, and I ain't even get a copy though. Love made me do it, love made me do it. Love made me do it, love made me do it, do it. Love made me do it, love made me do it. Love made me do it, love made me do it, do it. If you love me, gotta show me, don't tell me. If you don't love me no more, then you gotta tell me. If you love me, gotta show me, don't tell me. If you don't love me no more, then you gotta tell me. It make you do this, it make you do that. Love make you do this, love will make you do that. It make you do this, it make you do that. Love will make you run away, but love will make you come back. Love made me do it, love made me do it. Love made me do it, love made me do it, do it. Love made me do it, love made me do it. Love made me do it, love made me do it, do it. All I really think about is love. 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 All I really think about is love. Love had me thinking about things that I never do, reminiscing about the reasons I really did love you. Love had me holding my feelings in, I hated it, suppressed every emotion, didn't wanna relate with it. Love had me going crazy, couldn't control it. It's got a hold of my thoughts, I gotta unfold it. Draw it up on the wall and take a big step back. Now you can see the whole picture, how you love that. Love is blind, but only when you ain't trying. Sitting right under your eye like a tear when you crying. Love is like a crime, it'll kill you if you let it. Love is in every letter, every word if you read it. Love made me do it, love made me do it. Love made me do it, love made me do it, do it. Love made me do it, love made me do it. Love made me do it, love made me do it, do it. If you love me, gotta show me, don't tell me. If you don't love me no more, then you gotta tell me. If you love me, gotta show me, don't tell me. If you don't love me no more, then you gotta tell me. It make you do this, it make you do that. Love make you do this, love will make you do that. It make you do this, it make you do that. Love will make you run away, but love will make you come back. Love made me do it, love made me do it. Love made me do it, love made me do it, do it. Love made me do it, love made me do it. Love made me do it, love made me do it, do it. I've been in love with you, but can't nobody tell me nothing. You want the purple passion, baby, push the red button. Kick it in overdrive, only if you stay the night. You only want me over if I come and rub your shoulders right. Among other things, this ain't even bada ring. This is how you put it on me, bada boom, bada bang. If you say my name, I promise to do a lot of things. Give it to me raw, you know that I like exotic things. Girl, I like it when you drop it low, put it in reverse and bring that thing back to Poppy, yo. And it's about to get messy like a sloppy Joe. TMI, and I ain't even get a copy though. Love made me do it, love made me do it. Love made me do it, love made never do. Reminiscing about the reasons I really did love you. Love had me holding my feelings in, I hated it. Suppressed every emotion, didn't want to relate with it. Love had me going crazy, couldn't control it. It's got a hold of my thoughts, I gotta unfold it. Draw it up on the wall and take a big step back. Now you can see the whole picture, how you love that. Love is blind, but only when you ain't trying. Sitting right under your eye like a tear when you crying. Love is like a crime, it'll kill you if you let it. Love is in every letter, every word if you read it. Love made me do it, love made me do it. Love made me do it, love made me do it, do it. Love made me do it, love made me do it. Love made me do it, love made me do it, do it. If you love me, gotta show me, don't tell me. If you don't love me no more, then you gotta tell me. If you love me, gotta show me, don't tell me. If you don't love me no more, then you gotta tell me. It make you do this, it make you do that. Love make you do this, love will make you do that. It make you do this, it make you do that. Love will make you run away, but love will make you come back. Love made me do it, love made me do it. Love made me do it, love made me do it, do it. Love made me do it, love made me do it. Love made me do it, love made me do it, do it. I've been in love with you, but can't nobody tell me nothing. You want the purple passion, baby, push the red button. Kick it in overdrive, only if you stay the night. You only want me over if I come and rub your shoulders right. Among other things, this ain't even by the ring. This is how you put it on me, bada boom, bada bang. If you say my name, I promise to do a lot of things. Give it to me raw, you know that I like exotic things. Girl, I like it when you drop it low, put it in reverse and bring that thing back to Poppy, yo. And it's about to get messy like a sloppy Joe. TMI, and I ain't even get a copy though. Love made me do it, love made me do it. Love made me do it, love made me do it, do it. Love made me do it, love made me do it. Love made me do it, love made me do it, do it. If you love me, gotta show me, don't tell me. If you don't love me no more, then you gotta tell me. If you love me, gotta show me, don't tell me. If you don't love me no more, then you gotta tell me. It make you do this, it make you do that. Love make you do this, love will make you do that. It make you do this, it make you do that. Love will make you run away, but love will make you come back. Love made me do it, love made me do it. Love made me do it, love made me do it, do it. Love made me do it, love made me do it. Love made me do it, love made me do it, do it. All I really think about is love. 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 All I really think about is love. Love had me thinking about things that I never do. Reminiscing about the reasons I really did love you. Love had me holding my feelings in, I hated it. Suppressed every emotion, didn't want to relate with it. Love had me going crazy, couldn't control it. It's got a hold of my thoughts, I gotta unfold it. Draw it up on the wall and take a big step back. Now you can see the whole picture, how you love that. Love is blind, but only when you ain't trying. Sitting right under your eye like a tear when you crying. Love is like a crime, it'll kill you if you let it. Love is in every letter, every word if you read it. Love made me do it, love made me do it. Love made me do it, love made me do it, do it. Love made me do it, love made me do it. Love made me do it, love made me do it, do it. If you love me, gotta show me, don't tell me. If you don't love me no more, then you gotta tell me. If you love me, gotta show me, don't tell me. If you don't love me no more, then you gotta tell me. It make you do this, it make you do that. Love make you do this, love will make you do that. It make you do this, it make you do that. Love will make you run away, but love will make you come back. Love made me do it, love made me do it. Love made me do it, love made me do it, do it. Love made me do it, love made me do it. Love made me do it, love made me do it, do it. I've been in love with you, but can't nobody tell me nothing. You want the purple passion, baby, push the red button. Kick it in overdrive, only if you stay the night. You only want me over if I come and rub your shoulders right. Among other things, this ain't even by the ring. This is how you put it on me, bada boom, bada bang. If you say my name, I promise to.
What's going on, people? This is your boy Say One's History, and you are watching The Male's Perspective. I appreciate you guys for joining. We are going to get into a lot of videos tonight, but it's not just going to be me. It's not just going to be me. It's going to be someone else that's going to help me review these videos. And I know who it is. And they know who it is. And they're waiting in the background. But you don't know who it is. So to smooth up things, because look, check this out. When I am setting up my podcast and running things in the background and trying to get things fixed, I'm in a mindset where I'm like, you know what? I got to focus. I got to make sure everything's set to the T, and then I still have to monitor it, but keep a good conversation with you guys and make sure I'm entertaining. So I go into like work mode mindset. So my other half gets a little upset with that. But I just want to let her know, because I know this is all foreign to her when it comes to this podcast stuff. So I just want to say I appreciate her patience and I appreciate her dealing with me when it comes to this stuff, because I know it's not her forte. So I appreciate it. With that being said, I want to introduce my other half, my fiance, to this screen. Everybody give her, and you know what? I'm going to make sure I set her up properly. I'm going to make sure I set her up in the forefront. Let me see. Let me make sure I get this right. Let me make sure. Let's get this right. Can we get this right? Hold on. Excuse me, y'all. I'm just looking for something real quick here.
A few moments later.
That's how I feel. All right. So I couldn't find what I was looking for. But ladies and gentlemen, I want you to welcome my fiance, Mariel.
Oh my God.
Like I said, she is normally not into podcasts. And I remember when I was first starting, I tried to get her on the podcast, but I didn't have the right internet speed. I probably still don't have the right internet speed. On top of that, I was still working out the kinks and how to get everything going with this upgraded software. But I think we are in a comfortable space now. We are in a comfortable space. I hope so. So we're going to try to get it together. We're going to review these videos and we're going to have some fun. We're about to get it in. Okay, so with that being said, we'll go ahead and turn everything on like it's supposed to. Let's go ahead and review some clips. Now, Mariel, go and say something real quick just so I can make sure that we can hear you.
Hello, everybody.
You know what? I'm sorry. I'm getting straight into the nitty gritty.
Oh my God.
Babe, go ahead and
Yes,
introduce
hello,
yourself.
good afternoon. Hello, everybody.
So,
You hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Sorry.
So
Mm-hmm.
we're going to review these videos, and I'm
Mm-hmm.
going to give my perspective on these videos. We tend to think a little bit, but when it comes to certain things, they may be a little bit different, from a man's perspective and a woman's perspective here. But
Mm-hmm.
also, I really wanted you on because I wanted to get your perspective, a woman that's coming from a different country other than America, a woman that is in the generation that I come from, which is millennials. And I really feel like it was our generation was the last generation that that were brought up, I would say, with like the old school morals. Because if you look at the degeneracy when it comes, and this is just my opinion, you guys, but when you look at the degeneracy when it comes to the newer generations, especially in America, it's just over the top. There is no shame anymore whatsoever. And when I look at the generations of the Philippines, I notice the same thing, but at a very lower level. I'm looking at women in the Philippines that are, say, for example, within the age range of like 18 all the way up to 25. You know, they're like a more mellower version of the toxic American culture. And then I look up between 25 and like 35, and you know, then you have a point where it's like some of them have some, you know, decency. They grew up the old way. Some of them don't. And then you get up into my age range and Mariel's age range, where we're looking at everybody like, what happened? Where did the morals go? Where did the respect go? What, you know, what did your grandmother teach you? What did your mother and father teach you? You know, where are those lessons gone? So I wanted to get my perspective and her perspective, coming from a country like America and her coming from a country from the Philippines. So we're going to get into it. Let me go ahead and line everything up, and we're going to check it out. And also, if you guys are lucky and you leave those comments in there, we'll give you some footage today of me proposing to Mariel the last time I went down there. So let's go ahead and get into it. So I know she's going to love that. She's looking at me like, babe, for real, are you serious? You're going to show them that footage? But anyway, okay, come on, let's get into it. Let me see. Let me wind this up. All right.
Men struggle because the standards are so high. It's like a self-fulfilling prophecy. The standards have become very high,
right?
So most men don't qualify. So you have a huge number of men who are quite desperate because they're not getting anything. So then they feel the only way they can get anything is by throwing whatever money they have to women for their minuscule attention. That elevates the women in the economy, which makes their standards even higher for the kind of man that they want.
Okay, cool. Women have set their standards super high, but I feel like if I was a man who didn't reach those standards, I would do everything in my power to better myself and reach those standards.
I agree with you, but then what happens is, if that man then breaks into that pool of men who have a lot of options, he's going to be like, I worked my fucking arse off to get here. There's no way that you're not sharing me. I worked my arse off to get to the point that I can have a level of abundance. 90% of you didn't want me before, now 85% of you want me now. And one of you want me to be exclusive to you? No. Guys who actually make it to the point that they have a lot of options, they're like, I love you, babe, but you're going to have to share me because I worked my arse off to be in this position.
Home girl.
All right, let's talk about that really quick. All right, for the men who, let's just go ahead and say, well, I was in a relationship the majority of the time I was in high school. So anyway, for those men who go through high school basically invisible to women, okay, basically just invisible, they have to work their way up. They have to work their way in status, in looks, and financial ability, and in all other categories to even be seen by women. And women essentially get their clout, essentially their beauty puts them on a higher level than men in their age. Do you believe that as men age, they age like fine wine, and as women age, does their, what's the word, stock in the dating market go down? Not their stock in like the market for like their value as a person, but in the dating market. Do you think their value in the dating market goes down as they get older, babe? I knew she was going to give that long dramatic pause, by the way, too.
No, what do you mean? Dating
Okay.
market of a man?
So, so in the beginning, when men first start off, they don't have any value in the dating market. So not a lot of women want to talk to them. Okay. But as they get older, and this is at least in America, I don't know how it is in the Philippines. I didn't grow up in the Philippines. But in America, men do not have social status, they do not have credibility, they do not have financial wealth.
Mm-hmm.
Normally, if I was 18, normally women would be dating men a little bit older.
Mm-hmm.
So if women were 18, they were usually dating the 25-year-olds. If they were 25, they were normally dating the 30-year-olds. These men had a 5-year gap on them, and they had gained their status and a little bit of money so that they can do things with these women. Now, as the men get older, they start to be more financially independent. They
Mm-hmm.
start to age, have a little gray hair in their facial hair like mine,
Mm-hmm.
and have more status, maybe have a house or something like that in America. And then women start wanting to talk to those men, but those men are just getting in their prime. They're getting in their prime. Women are given their prime in the beginning because of their beauty, and everybody wants them. Men, I believe, have to work for their success and everything, and they usually don't get that until they're 35 or 40. What do you think? Is that the same in the Philippines?
Yeah,
You think it's the
it's
same in
just
the
the
Philippines?
same in the Philippines. Mm-hmm.
Um,
Um, okay, men here at the age of, let's say, a high school age,
mhm,
a teenagers to the 25th, something like that.
mhm.
They have their own, what they say, it's just kind of play game on that
So is this the
ages.
men or the women?
Talking for men.
You said it's the women.
Same with the men.
So
Same with
they'll
the women.
okay. So
What
they're
I mean
both
is
kind of like
this.
playing games. They don't really know what they want.
Actually, it's not on the age. It's not on the age preference. It's not on the. It's on their perspective on their life. I don't believe it's on the age. Yeah, at the young age, generally most of the young age are more on hunting games, like say looking for some fun, looking for some, you know, um things, because this is the usually at young age, this is the usually age where you are very curious for something,
Hmm.
especially on the relationships. So but there are some um women or men on the young age, they already know what they want in life.
Okay. Okay. So, and that's, I'm glad that you said that. I think, and this is just coming from my perspective and being out there, and I think this is also kind of what Jay says too, when you talk about some women just know what they want at an early age. Do you think that
Hmm.
has to do with the way they were brought up by their family, by their mother and their father?
How they raise, yeah, it's
Okay.
depend on how they raise, they background, how they raise up. Sometimes there's a woman that being, this is not just unobserved, this is just a this is based on a previous old friends
Hmm.
mentality. She came from a broken family, or she came from a, yeah, broken family, and the reason why she have a broken family now, as she has her own family is
Oh,
because
so
I
okay.
came up from a broken family. So, some people think that way. But a lot of family here in the Philippines, a lot of us here in the Philippines raised by our family that we are united. We are one.
And
No matter what, once you choose to get married or once you choose um to have with this person, you have to stick on it.
okay. And another thing too. I'm glad you said that because again, this is just more confirmation. I think a little bit to what Jay was actually saying is that when it comes to the the dating or the dating pool for Americans and the dating pool
Hmm.
for the Philippines, I believe that the culture and of the family sticking together is more prevalent in the Philippines, meaning that more families in the Philippines stick together than the black families in America. Of course, you're going to have families that break up, and you have broken families everywhere. That's going to happen all over the world. But in our culture, in the African American culture, we have way more than we should. And the dating pool is being affected by it because you don't have a stable family, you don't have a male perspective, no pun intended, in the household. And because of that, you don't have an equal balance of masculinity and femininity. And when you only have femininity in the house, especially with a young boy, it is problematic. He needs discipline. He needs some kind of activity. He needs to be able to see someone like himself and he not feel because at some point in time when kids get older, they get right into that 12, 13, 14 stage. If you don't have a male figure in the house, at least in America, these kids, they may not, do nothing crazy. Some of them will, but they'll challenge their mother a little bit in some kind of way. They'll start doing little things. For me, I remember when I was younger, I knew to not do anything like that, but in certain ways, I would still challenge my mom. Like, you know, my dad would tell me he would get mad just for me literally walking off and kind of being quiet and saying stuff under my breath or something like that. um, with my mom, I would walk off and I would kind of say something under my breath, and that was in a way of me challenging her because I was like, "Oh, it's my mom, so I'm just doing stupid stuff, doing stuff like that," and my mom would tell my dad. And he'd be like, "Oh, so you talking back to your mom?" And I'd be like, "I wasn't even talking." And he'd be like, shut up." so, so I understand it's like that everywhere, but I think there's just more of it in the States, and I think because of that, you have men who have grown to be men but are not adults, and I think it's affecting us. Let's go into the next clip, though. I want to actually check this one off, and babe, I want you to tell me what you think about this one, and y'all out there, I want you to tell me what you think about this one too. So let's go ahead and switch it up, and we're gonna get into it.
And you are not applauded for your femininity. You are applauded in the contemporary society by how tough, rough, nasty, mean, aggressive, hateful, possessive you are, and you are climbing the corporate ladder, but we are losing our families. I know you can buy your own car. I know you can buy your own house. But until you create a need that I can pour into, I have no place in your life. So stop coming home bragging to me about how much you don't need me and wonder why I shy away. Because
got him. We fucking got him.
Okay. Babe, what do you think?
Mm, actually, there's nothing wrong for a woman who have a career plans. There's nothing wrong with that. I
Hmm.
cannot see anything wrong with that. It just depends on the woman on how she will going to handle it. Some other women, when they reach their corporate or their career goals in life, they change it. They become more competitive and they've left behind what their family or what they really want in life. And then when they realize that they ended up alone or they ended up all by themselves, that is the time that they were looking for their partners. Unfortunately, since they're already on top of their career, they're looking for a man that can meet the standards that they're looking for.
Okay.
So it's much better. Go ahead.
I I'm that's crazy that you said that. I got to drop a bomb on that really quick. But that's crazy that you said that because I believe that's true as well. Um, they you can't pour into somebody that says that they don't need you. If you can't create a need for me to be in your life, then what am I there for? If I can't give you love because you're not willing to accept it, what am I here for? If you don't need anything from me. Um, I truly believe that for a woman to truly love you, she has to need you in some sense. And vice versa. The man will need the woman. But they're in different ways. We don't need each other for the same exact thing. We're men and women, we're different. We're asymmetrical, meaning that we need each other for different reasons. And I was thinking about this earlier in the week, um, and I was thinking about the previous generation and how the women grew up. And I think I figured it out, you guys. I really think I figured out why women in America are the way they are. And I want you to really hear me. I want you to think about this, what I'm saying, because this is something that I witnessed when I was growing up and I was younger. And I'm sure, my cousins and family members can, make claim to this as well. Okay. As a young boy growing up in the late 80s, in the late 90s, we, a lot of us, seen stuff that we shouldn't have saw as kids when we were younger. Some of us saw violence with our moms getting into it with their significant other or their husbands or their fathers and stuff like that. These were the real times when there was like physical issues and stuff like that. At least in my opinion, that's what I saw in the early, like, or in the mid 80s and like 90s. We were just getting out that generation that was just for better lack of words, beating women. That's what I seen. That's what my cousin seen. You know, and I remember as a young boy growing up, me and my cousins and my brothers, we would always say, "Man, I don't never want to be like him. I don't never want to be. I'm never gonna hit on my woman. I'm never gonna hit on my woman." And it never occurred to me that some of the women in that same generation had an outlook on what they were seeing too. And their outlook was, I'm never going to let that happen to me. I'm never going to let that happen to me. I'm never going to let a man use me. I'm never going to let a man take control of me. Now, remember, this was not happening to those kids, the women at that time. This is something that they saw, okay? This didn't They didn't physically get beat, but this is something that they saw as a kid that their mom go through. And they said, I'm never going to let a man take advantage of me. As a young boy growing up, seeing the same thing, we said, we're never going to be like the person that we're hitting on our mom. So, as we grew up, the man and the woman started moving further apart from each other because we started having to come back, and the guys were saying, I'm never going to hit a woman. I'm never going to do anything mean to a woman. And the woman were saying, I'm not going to let you take control of me. I'm not going to let you take advantage of me. And the guys were like, but we're not trying to take advantage of you. We're trying to do the opposite of what my father did or what my relative did. And the women are saying, well, I still don't trust you. I still don't trust you. I still don't trust you. So there's all this trauma coming, and no one really meant any harm, but it's because of the trauma that we experienced growing up. It's the trauma that we've seen our parents go through, essentially. And this is the sad part, and it's really sad for the women, particularly the black women out there, because the man's trauma made us what's the word I'm looking for? It made us valuable. And I'll explain why I said valuable. It made us more valuable because women in other countries, they already had a level of men that they were dealing with in their own country. And men had a little bit more control than men in America do. Let me say that again. Men in other countries had a little bit more control of their households than men in America do. So this is the way a lot of women in other countries were raised, to make sure that man has respect, make sure, you're taking care of the man, making sure as long as that man is, not being mentally or physically abusive to you, to love that man as much as you can. But women in America, with the trauma that they've had, they have decreased in the market value, especially in other countries, because their trauma has made them close up to everyone. The male's trauma has made them be more affectionate. Like, for example, when I see my other half, and I'm holding her or hugging her, and she can make claim to this, she's like a flower to me. I want to make sure she's taken care of. I'm holding her. I'm a big guy. I don't want to make sure I'm laying my head on you too hard. I got a big melon head, just just little stupid stuff. Just making sure I'm being thoughtful of her, but women in America, it's a complete 360. And when they go and talk to men that really want to love them, they look at it like, are you trying to trick me? What's the game? Why are you? What's going on? What do you want from me? And men in this generation have never done anything to them. They're like, what's your problem? I don't know. So, and now they're really mad because men are leaving from these Western countries, and it's becoming a big problem here. So I think that's a lot of what's going on, and I don't think a lot of people have actually broken it down that way. But I wanted to bring that up here just because of the last one that we've seen. But let's go ahead and look at another clip. Oh, this one is interesting. Oh, boy. Okay, I really want to see what Mary... Oh, boy. I really want to see what... I really want to see what Mariel thinks about this one. Let's go ahead and play this one. This should be interesting.
Question 16. Did you cheat on any of your ex-husbands? I need your answer. Did you cheat on any of your ex-husbands?
X and yes.
That answer is true.
Wow. Okay. 16. Larry, does that make you worried at all?
Hold on.
Got him. We fucking got him.
Wait a minute. Come on now. Come on. Seriously. Babe, talk to me. What are you thinking? Let me go back really quick. Okay, I think we lost Mariel. Let's actually just let her get a connection here really quick. And we'll... But look, that is just ridiculous. Let me actually play the rest of the clip, and we gonna come back to it, and we're gonna try to get Mariel connected. But let's play the rest of the clip.
Look at it.
That answer is true.
Wow. Okay. 16. Larry, does that make you worried at all?
Look at his face. And she did it for money, too. That's another thing. She did it for money, y'all. That ain't good.
Look at it. 2 more questions, $200,000. You can stop if you want. There's no shame in walking with $100,000. Nobody's got.
Is money worth your marriage? She's about to tell us.
200. Shall we continue?
Yes.
Okay. Question 17.
Apparently it is. Apparently money is worth more.
Do you always tell your husband Larry when you have had contact with any of your ex-husbands? So I'll read the question again. Do you always tell your husband Larry when you have had contact with any of your ex-husbands?
No.
That answer is true.
Okay. I'm a little worried because that's sort of misleading. It looks like you're basically there already because that little triangle. Just one little question. Come on. This is a tough question. It's tough because it's shocking. It's also tough because it can be interpreted, right? It's not the black and white questions that are hard. It's the gray ones that are hard. And this is a $200,000 moment, and I was very honest with you when we got to the $100,000. I told you it's not going to come easy. We're going to hit you with something personal, and we did.
Disrespectful. Just disrespectful. Would y'all deal with that? Oh, you know what? I want to actually play this one too. This one was just funny. It was a little skit from Michael Blackson. But check this out.
Up, you black motherfucker. What do you think you're talking about? We came here for 500, that's it.
Do you know what the square root of shut the fuck up is? It means be quiet. Don't ever talk to me ever like that in front of another man. In my village, you'll be beheaded. You white piece of bread. Look like a piece of untoasted toast. Look at you. You like a fucking ostrich. Long neck motherfucker. Bitch, I'll kill you. You like Celine Dion with a fucking concussion. You like two white dead bitches with nothing to live for, bitch. Fuck you and your dry ass pussy. You have to add water to your period. What kind of shit is that? You nasty bitch. Look at you. If I try to titty fuck you, I'll catch rock burn. You nothing good for nothing but sucking my dick. How dare you talk to me and argue with me in front of another man, bitch? Huh? You think it's a game? No disrespect. I'm sorry. You have to forgive me, please, my brother. Listen, this white bitch is.
Hey, hey, look. He said what he said. He said what he said, man. Let's move on. I ain't gonna even hold you. He said what he said. Let's get to the next one, y'all. Let's get to the next one. I know some people hot about that one.
Over time and time again, we hear men scream that they want peace over and over and over again. We blatantly ignore them and do the opposite. It's just sad that we can't let men be men how they want to be men, or us women are telling men how to be men when we ain't never walked a day in the life of a man. It's just, the shit is starting to get to me. We're starting to be the problem. Yeah, I think we have the men beat, ladies. I think we're the problem. I'm sorry, we are. And I'm gonna leave it at that. Roast me in the comments if you want to.
Okay. I think we were able to get Mariel back in here, so I'm gonna bring her back on. Testing. 1, 2. Can you hear me, babe?
I hear you.
Okay. We're able to get her in. Okay. So I don't know what happened. I think your connection went out. I think it was a little bit of lower connection and you went out. So, but let's get into it. I want to actually go ahead and check another clip out. And we will get into it here. Okay. Let me see if I can show you something. I'm just looking for some. Okay, yeah, let's check this one out, you guys. All right, let me move this up a little bit more. We gonna get into it. We gonna get into this one. All right, here we go.
Traditional relationships, traditional marriages. To me, I still believe in them. It's what I was raised in. It's what my siblings have. It's what a lot of my friends have as well. Even the ones that aren't married, they might be in long committed relationships just without the contract, like you said, Sarah. I think it's important for women to if they want to understand the outcomes. If they want these outcomes, that there's some certain things that they need to go and do. They need to ask themselves, I want a traditional man or am I a traditional woman, or at least in the new version of traditionalism. You know what I'm trying to say to you?
Right. Okay.
And I like, for me, this was quite educational as well. Obviously, learning from some of the things that you say, and I understand it. Like I understand this whole contract without marriage thing, but it's just also how I've been growing up. So it's kind of hard for me to
conflict.
Yeah, like, because if that was the case, then bro, I could have had a kid already by now. You know what I mean? And I always just think to myself, any girl that I would have had a kid with before, I just really have no interest in them. Like, I just actually, you know what I mean? Like,
What if you married them? It's crazy. They'd have half. It's crazy.
Yeah, but I would have I would have gone through that process to marry them. I would have thought about it. There's a process before actually getting married. There's, you know what? But see, just buying the ring, bro. You know, putting that money down, going to Hatton Garden, like you said, and that's where I would go, Hatton Garden, and putting that money down. It's a whole process. Like, there's arranging it, doing.
Yeah, I had to stop it right there because there is a whole process that a man goes through, and I can speak from personal experience. I mean, just recently doing it, going through the process of buying a ring, and then being nervous, and am I really gonna do this? It's just you want to do it, but you've never done anything like this before, so. I never spoken to Mariel about this, but it's just this process that a man goes through because he chooses to and commit to this woman that he's going to love, cherish, provide for this woman, protect this woman, be there as much as he can for this woman. He is going to be her protector moving forward. And guys like myself, we take that seriously. And I think that's why a lot of African American males, at least in America, haven't been married yet, because again, they want to make sure that they're marrying the right person, because they understand what it is that they are getting themselves into. They're enlisting essentially to protect, provide, and care for someone for the rest of their life, and on that woman's side, to a different degree, the same thing. So some people, women, don't really see it that way. They look at it more as, this is, oh, I'm in love, and this is the way I feel right now about the relationship, and I'm going to be married. No, it's that, but also it's a duty, almost like you're in the military, like to be of service. Like, in the eyes of God, you two are, in communion to serve each other, to be there for each other. Things are, when you are in a war, and let's say you get separated from your platoon, everywhere you go, you have what they call a battle buddy. Your battle buddy is another soldier that you are assigned to the whole time that you are, well, I want to say the whole time you're in the military, but you always have a battle buddy everywhere you go. And that is essentially the same thing that you're doing with the woman. You're saying that I am going to be their battle buddy. And in war, in life, bad things happen. People can lose their job. People can get sick. People can have a mind spin because they are going through traumas or something like that. You are committing under God that you are going to be there for that person. So I don't think women these days really truly understand what marriage is, because it's not about how you feel. It is a commitment that you are making to the other person. And I just think people don't take it seriously anymore. I don't know. Babe, please give me your opinion on this. I really want to know what you think.
Depends on the person.
What do you think, though?
I don't think it's just women. Depends on the person. it's just happened that a lot of women, maybe in your country, but here in the Philippines, we have a traditional culture that once we enter to the marriage, we need to abide on it. We need to to cooperate on the marriage to work out. Here in the Philippines, we uh, teach or we been grow up with our culture that marriage is a sacred. So it's not just like a paper or a piece of paper that you when you fed up or when you see something that you don't like to your partner or to your other half, you're going to separate or you're going to leave. It's not like that. We respect marriage here in the Philippines so much. That's why before we enter to a marriage or to a married life, we make sure to ourselves that we are ready. Because I believe you as a person, as an individual person, you are not going to enter on that stage of your life if you're not ready yet.
I
If you're
agree.
going to enter on that on if you're going to enter on your on are being married on or you want to get married in your life and then suddenly you change your mind because you you find out that this you don't like this, you don't like that, you cannot handle this, you cannot handle that, then you just make an excuse. It's just making an excuse because once you decided to get married, you decided. No one pushed you. No one um, push you to get onto it. No one advised you to get into it. It's yourself. You voluntarily get into those to those stage of your life to be married. So if you if someone says, "Oh, I'm not married. I don't. I want to get out of this marriage because this is." Well, you're just making an alibi. It's just that the problem is you, not the marriage, not the marriage itself, not the relationship itself. The problem is you. That's the opinion.
So it sounds like the culture again is just more stronger in the Philippines, and
Here,
Filipino
yeah,
people take marriage a lot more
yeah.
serious. It sounds like
Here,
to
in,
me.
yeah, here in the Philippines, um, whenever, for example, a man or a family struggle for everyday needs, we support our men. We support our family to work out. It never happens that we live up for our partner or I never seen anything like I separate because I feel you know I cannot feel the like to
Let's
offer
talk
me
about
when
that.
we
Let's
get
talk
married. It's
about
not
that
like that.
because a lot of women say that in America, and they use that as an excuse to divorce the man. So I say, you know what? I want a divorce because this isn't working out. This is not what I was promised. This is not what I was promised. What do you feel about that, babe?
For me, to be honest, maybe because your culture being designed has a divorce on your country. It's legal. On our country, we don't have it. But it doesn't mean that we don't have it. We don't have a choice.
Mm-hmm.
It's just happened like we, as a woman here in our country, we raised to be. It's not like we raised to be a cooperative
Mm-hmm.
with our men to work the marriage. For example, um, you expect that when you get married as man, you're going to get a new life or you can going to have a good life.
Mm-hmm.
But it turns out not. So it's not necessary the solution is to divorce or separate with this man because I wasn't able to get the life that he promised me. It's not like that. The initial woman the Filipino do is that they help their man to support the family, to get the, the life that we want to have. Because
Okay.
marriage or relationship is a team up. It's two people that you need to work together.
So let me
It's
get this
not like
straight.
that obligation of one people
So
or
let me
one
get this
person.
straight, babe. So you're saying, because the initial question I asked you is, how do you feel when, you know, when a woman is saying, this isn't the life that you told me I was going to get? So your response is, if it's not the life that I was promised, I'm going to help my man create the life that we want together.
Yeah, yeah. That's the very short reaction. Because having a good life is not only the obligations of a man.
So
Having a good life is obligations of both of you.
so we talked about this, and I told you, you know, I'm not going to get too personal in our stuff and everything like that, but I'll just, you know, skim across and I'll just say, you know, we've had talks about this where, you know, for the most part, I want you home. Like when you get here, I know that you want to work, and I know you want to help out and all that stuff, and I'm fine with that. But I don't want it to let you take away from here what we got going on, what our love is, and how to make our stuff work and be better. Um, so, um, yeah. So I and I'm gonna leave it alone. I'm gonna leave it alone. But I I know that me personally, I just want to have you here mostly. Um, so I'm gonna just leave it at that.
No, what I mean, babe, is just like because you said that most of the women in the United States complaining that the reason that they divorced their man is because the man is wasn't able to provide the life that they promised, right? So my opinion on that one is that instead of concluding or come up for a divorce, why don't they work out to solve the problem that they have right now?
Because in America, women and women, not all women. I shouldn't have to say this. Not all women. Of course, it's not all women, but a good portion of women feel like if a man can't provide for you, then instead of working it out with him, and instead of throwing away the years that you have with the man, a lot of women choose to go ahead and start all over with a whole nother new man because they feel like they can do better. They feel like there's always going to
Okay,
be something better on the other
I
end.
get that. But what's going to be the difference if you find someone who can give you a better life?
Maybe, I don't know. I mean, maybe they feel like they can get what they want. Maybe they feel like they're getting what they
Yeah,
want.
but what makes a woman different? What makes them feel more confident on that? Just financially?
Maybe, I don't know. What do you
Okay.
think? What is it for women?
No, for me, because it's just a waste of time. Imagine you already on this part of your life, you got married. The only problem is that maybe a financial unfinancial stable to get your good life or whatever. That's why God put you together on that relationship for you to be able both of you work together on it to get a new life, to get a better life. That's the reason. That's the purpose of marriage. Marriage is not. It's marriage is not like the like what we say here in the Philippines. It's not like a hot rice when you get when you try to eat it and you get you feel hot or something that you just get throw out or vomit. It's not like that. It's a sacred one. So wherever how hard it is, how complicated it is, you have to face it together. Because when you get married to the person, you're going to be as one.
I'm sorry, I had to put that one in there, babe. All right. Damn. You gonna make me shed a tear, babe? No, I'm playing. I'm joking. Let's get into the next one. I want to actually go ahead and play. Let me see. Make sure I get a good one. Okay, this one, oh, Mariel does not want to see that one. And she's going to get mad if she sees that one. Okay. Let's pause that and let's get ready.
Topic, so it's relevant to speak on.
Because it's interesting.
Wait, what?
It's
Yeah.
fascinating. I am
That's what I'm
fascinated by hoes. I'll say it. I'm absolutely fascinated by the way the hoe mind works, the way the hoe hive works. I'm fascinated.
Next
I cover it
documentary.
on my show. You
And
are
it is
correct. It is
trending. I'm
trending.
saying, and that's why
when
it's such a
Emma
hot
gets
topic
up
to
and does a
speak
video
about.
and says something like, it's chic to be divorced before you're 30. It is absolutely fascinating to see how someone's mind can be so warped. In the same way that I think it's fascinating when anybody does anything crazy or says anything crazy, and I cover it on my podcast. I am not knocking it at all. I just tell people what the facts are. You can choose this lifestyle, and here is where you are 99.9% likely to lead in your life, right? You are probably not destined for marriage. You're probably not destined for a stable relationship. Men are going to not want this long term. You can say it 1,000 times. You can have 1,000 cultural examples, and women's still got to go out there and be hoes, because they're about their money and about a Cardi B song or whatever it is. So yes, I think it is fascinating.
We're a trending topic, so
I'm gonna start that back.
topic, so it's relevant to speak on.
Because it's interesting.
Wait, what?
It's
Yeah.
fascinating. I am
That's what I'm
fascinated by hoes. I'll say it. I'm absolutely fascinated by the way the hoe mind works, the way the hoe hive works. I'm fascinated.
Next
I cover it on my show.
Wow.
You are
And it is
correct.
trending.
It is
I'm
trending.
saying, and that's why
when
it's such a
Emma
hot
gets
topic
up
to
and does a
speak
video
about.
and says something like, it's chic to be divorced before you're 30. It is absolutely fascinating to see how someone's mind can be so warped. In the same way that I think it's fascinating when anybody does anything crazy or says anything crazy, and I cover it on my podcast. I am not knocking it at all. I just tell people what the facts are. You can choose this lifestyle, and here is where you are 99.9% likely to lead in your life, right? You are probably not destined for marriage. You're probably not destined for a stable relationship. Men are going to not want this long term. You can say it 1,000 times. You can have 1,000 cultural examples, and women's still got to go out there and be hoes, because they're about their money and about a Cardi B song or whatever it is. So yes, I think it is fascinating.
We're a trending topic, so
She belongs to the streets. She belongs to the streets.
Babe. What do you think?
I don't know.
Stop playing. Okay, you don't want to answer? You know what? Okay, let's not talk about it then. We're gonna just go ahead and move on to the next one because I see it in your face. And you don't want to talk about people, so we're not gonna do that. We're not gonna do that.
Yes, because it's their choice. Let's respect what they want.
But okay, see now you're making me talk about it now. Yes, it's their choice.
No.
Okay, but if it's their choice and they want to live the way they want to live, but then they say, "Oh, but I want a man too." Does a man have to be with that type of woman?
I'm sorry. Is there what?
The woman wants to go out. Let's just say she's a porn star, right? She wants to live the life of a porn star, but that's not generally speaking what a man wants. He doesn't want a woman that slept with everybody.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
just because, so now she's done what she's wanted to do. Now, is it a man's fault if he doesn't want a woman like that? Okay. Enough. You know what? Silence is golden. So I know you don't want to be mean. Silence says it all. Okay. So with that being said, I know you're not going to like this one, but we're going to play this one anyway, and we're going to see what you think on this too. So let's watch this one.
Married?
Yes.
You're cheating on your husband.
Yeah, Vegas. It's Vegas, baby. We're both married.
Are you cheating on your husband in Vegas?
Absolutely not.
Just heard.
Maybe.
Is she?
She's cheating on her husband in Vegas.
Wow. Facts. How many times you cheating on your husband?
You right now. Yeah, you are kind of hot. You are, yeah.
You got a ring on your finger though.
My God.
You did good. Look, who wants a man with no money? Nobody. Find a man with money.
It's an evil fucking world we live in, G. I'm telling you guys right now that if you have a real woman, she's not going to put herself in a situation like going to fucking Las Vegas with her single friends. You understand me, bro? You girl going out on girls trips all the time and fucking doing this and doing that over single friends. What the fuck do you think is going on? A real woman ain't gonna do you like that. You guys gotta understand that shit.
Let's play that one more time.
Married?
Yes.
You're cheating on your husband.
Yeah, Vegas. It's Vegas, baby. We're both married.
Are you cheating on your husband in Vegas?
Absolutely not.
Just heard.
Maybe.
Is she?
She's cheating on her husband in Vegas.
Wow. Facts. How many times you cheating on your husband?
You right now. Yeah, you are kind of hot. You are, yeah.
You got a ring on your finger though.
You did good. Look, who wants a man with no money? Nobody. Find a man with money.
It's an evil fucking world we live in, G. I'm telling you guys right.
That's wrong. It's just wrong, man. It's a double standard, I think, because if the roles were reversed and men were talking like this, you know, on just a random podcast in the middle of the street, whether it be in Vegas or wherever, we would be crucified by the public. We'd be called a dirty dog, you know, all this kind of stuff. But because it's a woman and they're having their girls trip or their girls vacation, it's considered acceptable. And in America, these women can take half your money, they can take your kids, they can take the house, they can take everything away from you, and it can be proven in court that they are the ones that cheated, but they still are entitled to half of everything that you have. And in that instant, I think it's unfair. I think it's unfair because a man like me, I'm going to make sure, you know, that I'm doing everything I can to make a relationship work. And I think in this society, especially in America, not in the Philippines, but in this American society, because of the way we are socially interacting with each other and this dating culture, I don't think the laws are fair when it comes to the man's side of it. Women are being given equal rights, have been given equal rights for everything. And the scale is definitely been tipped in America as far as in fairness. And I think maybe the laws may need to be looked at a little bit differently over here, because no man these days is going to risk their livelihood. I mean, I'm 41. I couldn't imagine starting back over. If someone just decided to just take everything. I mean, you could be having health issues. You could, you know, not want to work that hard again. You're in your 40s. You're a little bit more tired. You're more relaxed. It's just going to be so hard to build yourself up again. It's just unfair. It's unfair. Let's go on to the next clip. I really like this one. I don't think you've seen this one before, babe, but I really, really like this one. And this man talks about his Filipina wife. So let me just blow this up a little bit because I really want to show this one. This one was interesting to me. There we go. Okay, so I blew it up. Let's go ahead and play it.
Didn't appreciate my video on TikTok. Okay, no problem. We all have our opinions and feelings. And actually, she's someone I know kind of personally and had the gall to sit there and question why I would want to go to the Philippines to find someone when there's plenty of women here. Well, I'll explain it to you. And this doesn't go to every single American woman, but it goes to a lot of them. All right? Here's how it goes. You're not queens. What does a king or queen do? A king or queen is someone of success and status that is supposed to use their position to help lift other people up, to help other people. That's not you. When you don't get what you want, you get vicious, you get cruel, you get toxic, you insult people, you degrade them, you fabricate and lie about them. That's what you're doing to Filipinas and Thai women and European women right now. Because they're succeeding and they're getting good men and you're not. And instead of changing your ways, you're insulting them and degrading them. You're mocking them. You're making very horrible comments, which is typical. You take from men their finances in divorces. You lie about spousal abuse when you can. And when that doesn't work, you up and leave and you demand child support. You take our kids from us. What kids you let live to birth. You take them from us and then demand more money. And then you'll begrudgingly let us have time with them. You gut us emotionally and financially. And you're wondering why we're leaving? You're not queens, you're pirates. Okay? Backstabbing, throat cutting, vicious, selfish, cruel pirates. And you're bitter because you haven't figured it out. You haven't figured out that sooner or later, a pirate has to walk the plank. It comes up to you. You dress in nice fancy clothes. You go spend all day and night with your girlfriends partying and drinking like a bunch of idiots, talking about you don't need men. And you go and get in your fancy clothes and your fancy little earrings, your big old hair, and your big old fancy tats. You think you're a star. Well, stars burn beautifully in the night sky, and they glimmer lovingly in a lover's eyes. But good marriages, good homes, and good families are built on hard work, dedication, and selflessness, on putting the people you love first, not you. And that's where they succeed. My Filipina values marriage, values family, wants to take care of our children, and supports me in everything. And that's why we're going. We want good wives and good mothers. And you're...
I'll finish for him. And you are not it. You're not it. What's going on, people? This is your boy Say One History once again. I think we are going to get out of here. So, if you've been hanging out with us, I appreciate you watching the show. I appreciate you sticking with us, listening to our crazy talk. I'm going to chat it up with Mariel and see if she'd want to do this in the future. I don't know if she enjoyed herself or not. She will tell me later on, I'm sure. but we are going to get going. One more thing before we go. I just want to show you this, flying around, all that stuff. That's always fun. But I want to go ahead and see if I can post something up. See if I can show this. Give me a moment. I'm going to do this. Yeah, let's go here. Okay. Yeah, I think we got it set up. All right, so let's go to this one. Don't be mad at me, babe. Oh God, you guys don't even know what that smile means in the back of her head. Anyway, let's go ahead and bring it up. Let's go ahead and bring it up.
Anywhere you go, right? You got good woman and bad woman. So what it is, and I say it all the time, in the West, it's just more bad. Right? And I'm not bashing all women in the West. I'm saying there's too many bad ones, that's all. So now guys have to go out and find other options, and that's what guys are doing. So thanks for the interview, brother. It was good meeting you, man.
You too, man. I appreciate it.
Let's keep that stuff back in the States, man. Wait, what did you say? What did you say?
Huh? I said put the money in the bag.
Hold up.
Kay, Papa, Jen.
Hello po.
Oh my God.
Sana all. Oh, yeah.
I said I was going to play it for you, so I did. All right.
My God.
I'm sorry. But with that, we are going to let you go. I appreciate everybody watching. Please make sure you like, subscribe again, hit that notification bell so you can be updated for all new content. If you are just seeing this link, go ahead and click that subscribe button on the YouTube channel. We are just getting started, but we are going to get bigger and better. Thank you, everyone. I am your boy Say One History, and this is Mariel. Go ahead and tell them who you are, of course. Wish them all a good night, if you will. She's scared, you guys.
Bye.
She's nervous. Okay, but we are going to let you guys go. Thank you, everyone. Thank you so much. And you guys have a good night. We will talk to you guys later. Be easy.